Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our Sheffield United RTG career mode. We return today with some more big fixtures, including this Europa League last 16 against Atletico Madrid. Big games in the Premier League against the teams competing with us for European football, and also our FA Cup quarter-final tie against Championship Preston. We kick off today with the return leg of our Europa League last 16 against Atletico Madrid, where we hold a 2-0 aggregate lead from the first game at the Metropolitano, looking to make it through to the quarter-finals of this competition. Come on, you Blades. The first goal of this second leg here is so vital. If Simeone's side get it, then it's game on and tie on. If we are to find it, what a block by Anel. If we are to find the first goal, then you'd fancy us to see the tie out from there. As Alaba clears the corner, comes out to Soyuncu. And Vertu's effort is blocked and Bogle doesn't clear. An early pressure from the away side, as you would expect, forces another corner after the save from Bazunu. Engels. Oh, what a touch. And another big block by Anel. Early pressure here from Atleti. Vinny Souza does well. Hackney. Now Jebison to Matthews. Nice bit of skill. Matthews playing slightly deeper today. And away from Soyuncu. Oh, what a goal! Harry Matthews has most likely just sent us to the quarterfinals. Celebrate with those Sheffield United fans, young man. And Matthews has it now. Jebison's on the run. Sent a little bit wide, but I see Solanke coming in at the back post. Couldn't get anything on it. Matthews! Oh! Harry Matthews! Take a bow, son. That is incredible. Love to the Sheffield United fans. And he has been outstanding tonight. 2-0 in both legs. The header's not great from the defender. And Matthews with the overhead into the corner past Oblak. Oh, that might just be the goal of the save so far. That is a crazy goal to wrap up a brilliant two-legged performance from Sheffield United. What a start to today's episode. So we should find out the draw straight away for the quarterfinals. The big shocks coming as Copenhagen beat Roma 3-1 at the Stadio Olimpico, and Inter Milan losing 5-4 to Glasgow Rangers, sending them out of the competition. So I'd say the team that were probably favourites for the competition knocked out in the last 16. Are we going to get the draw from the news article? We are. Europa League quarter-finals. The Blades will be taking on Monaco. Okay, interesting tie. AS Monaco as Spurs face Sociedad. Copenhagen against Leipzig. And Rangers' reward for knocking out Inter Milan is Liverpool. Well, with Harry Matthews putting in that brilliant performance from attacking midfield, I can't convert him to an official striker because it's just going to take too long. But after that performance, I'm tempted to make him an attacking midfielder. You look at the passing and the dribbling stats, the two that stand out. His shooting's pretty good as well, with the long shots being his best stat. He's not the quickest, so maybe playing in behind is his best position. I think converting him back to attacking midfield is a great option, especially with Luka Sucic down injured until the end of the season. So another quarter-final up next as we host Championship Preston North End, looking to make it to another domestic cup semi-final, and we probably won't get a better chance than this. I've had to make quite a few changes due to this coming just a few days after our clash against Atletico Madrid, but still confident this side is strong enough to make it to the semi-finals. Come on, you Blades. Looking to just go about our business quietly here and make it through with as little fuss as possible. And Dominic Solanke, who has done well since coming in on transfer deadline day in January, I think that's now his second or third goal since arriving, considering he's just a backup and most of his minutes have come off the bench. He's doing a pretty decent job for us. And here he goes again. Archer into Carlos. And Alcaraz makes it 2. Preston's big day out in the FA Cup, and Sheffield United ruining it inside 10 minutes. 2-0. And that should be us into the semi-finals already. I don't see us bottling this from here against the Championship side. Yep, that will do it. Comfortable win in the end for the Blades, and there will be no bottle job to the Championship side. Through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup as we look to win our first piece of silverware in this save. Still on for a European treble, technically. Come on, you Blades. So we'll find out who it is we will face in the semi-finals, but it will be one of either Manchester City or Liverpool, the top 2 in the league this year, or Spurs, who have already dumped us out of the Carabao Cup. We'll be taking on, in the semi-finals, it's Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. There was no win there. Either side would have been a real tough test, but it will be Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final. Bring it on. So it's actually Manchester City up next in the league away at the Etihad in a really tricky week where we face Man City, Newcastle and Liverpool. Spurs drew their game in hand, so remain a point behind us. So it is within our own destiny as to whether we finish in the top 4 or not. So Manchester City, the league leaders and favourites for the title come the end of the season. Can we pull off a shock victory here at the Etihad? No Ryan Brewster to help us out today, but we are at full strength as Gabriel, what a start. Oh, big save by Ederson. Hackney, great pressure, wins it off Andy Robertson, and Hayden into the penalty area, pulled back for Archer, and Cameron strikes first at the Etihad. It's been a positive start from the Blades, and we've scored the opening goal as well. Hackney soldiering on, winning the ball back, and Carlos is through the middle. What a chance this is for Cam to make it 2, and he smashes home. Brilliant counter-attack from the Blades. Hayden nicks the ball back in midfield. It's a brilliant pass through to Carlos, and Cam smashes in his second, getting the nod over João Pedro at the moment because he's finding the back of the net consistently. Smashes it in for 2, and Blades en route for a brilliant victory away in Manchester. As Gabriel nicks it back. Carlos into Dom for 3. Calvert-Lewin seals it. In another big game, the Blades have turned up. Carlos stepping up in Luca's absence. And Calvert-Lewin, our top scorer, rolls it past Ederson for our 3rd. Haaland. Don't throw away the clean sheet, boys. Haaland. Amrabat. De Bruyne straight at Bazunu. And that will do it for the Blades. 3-0 victory away at the Etihad, and with the way that form is in this game, could that spell the title race being thrown wide open? Blades not giving up on it just yet, but we are massive outsiders. So before we head on into our midweek clash against Newcastle, we'll see that Hayden Hackney's injury thankfully was just a bruise, which will keep him out for 5 days. And Matthew's position change is available as well. So hoping for an overall boost. Nothing as of yet. Stays at 79 overall, unfortunately. We will keep him on a development plan, which will see him continue to grow. Newcastle up next, and hoping to continue our momentum after that great win away at the Etihad. As Gabriel intercepts well, and João Pedro getting the nod today. Oh, brilliant feat from the Brazilian. João Pedro pegged back to Calvert-Lewin off the bar. Should be 1-0. Still we have it. Gus. Brilliant. Matthews. Calvert-Lewin this time finds the net. And our top scorer's at it again. Harry Matthews with the assist. Getting the start today in that attacking midfield position where he did so well against Atletico Madrid. In between the two defenders. Pegged back to Calvert-Lewin. And this time he keeps it on target. Finds the gap. And fires us into the lead. We're hitting form at the perfect time here. And Gabriel now. Harry. Dom. Space for João Pedro. And now Sousa! Quick fire double for the Blades once again. And that is a big second goal. Matthews involved again. Won't be credited with the assist. But it's the Brazilian Vini Sousa who smashes in our second. And we could be on for 2 wins from 2. Going for the hat-trick of Premier League wins this week. Camavinga. Looks to get past Branthwaite, who gets a foot in, but loses his footing. Crossed into Isak. Oh, careful, Anel. Isak pulls one back for the Toon. And they are not giving up on this game just yet. 2-1, game back on. That was the first time they'd really been forward in the entire game. It's been all one-way pressure. As that's looking for Calvert-Lewin, who couldn't quite get there. And now the Toon tail is up as they look to fight back and get something out of this. Big 45 minutes coming up in the second half. Isak has it. Trouble here, and Nicholson's in the right place. Matthews, lovely touch. And Matthews sends Jefferson through. Can he get away? Daniel Jefferson, what a finish. Game over. Matthews involved again, and Jefferson off the bench gets another goal in the Premier League. He's got a good ratio in limited minutes this year. Obviously had that long-term injury, but off the bench here to seal the win, and we are going to be 2 wins from 2. Well, that should do it for us, and there it is. Another victory against one of the sides competing with us for European football. And we now face Liverpool, looking for the hat-trick of Premier League victories in this calendar week. What a week it's been so far. Can we round it off with the final victory? Right then, it's Liverpool up next as we look to go for the hat-trick of Premier League wins. Come on, you Blades. So as I've already mentioned, we've hit form at the right time of the season, as it's getting down to the wire, and as I've mentioned very briefly, still in the mix for a European treble. The Europa League, the Premier League and the FA Cup all still a possibility. Well, no real chances in that first half, and as I mentioned, with City having lost to us just a couple of match days ago, now being held away on the south coast at St Mary's, could open up the possibility that this title race gets blown open. Man City were running away with it, but now it's anybody's guess as to who is going to lift the trophy come the end of the season, and there's still a chance that it may be us, although I would say Liverpool and Man City have a lot more experience at this stage of a season, as Diaz swings the cross in and Kirkes does well. Well, there really has not been a clear-cut chance in this game. Both teams have defended really well, but here comes the chance, and Bazunu makes the save, still alive, and Hackney gets a foot in. First opportunity of the game, and our Irish shot stopper is there to bail us out. Liverpool looking more likely at the moment, as Kirkes doesn't get there. Danger, and Bazunu makes the save again. Yep, there is the whistle, 0-0, and just as I mentioned, those 2 saves from Gavin Bazunu, which kept the point secure for us. A couple of players look a little bit distraught after the game, but it's a decent point against the league leaders. Well, 2 wins from those 3 league games mean that Liverpool and Manchester City are still 5 points ahead of us in the race for the title. Manchester United, I didn't notice, sneaking their way into the title race, just 2 points behind the front runners. But we're looking over our shoulders at Chelsea and Spurs, just 2 points behind us. On to the Europa League now as we turn our attention to Europe. It's AS Monaco in the first leg of our quarter-final. So first leg of this quarter-final coming away from home in France, and I think we're probably more evenly matched than we were with Atletico Madrid, who were star-studded. Both ourselves and Monaco 4.5-star teams, so I think we can get the better of them. They're lining up in a 5-4-1 formation, so they're going to be very, very tough to break down, as you can see from these early moments. And it might take a set piece or something like that to break the deadlock in this first leg away in France, which goes short. And now swung in, Bazunu, keeps it out somehow, and possibly a chance for a break, although Harmer's going to need some support. Matthews making a run through the middle. Oh, what a ball. And Matthews, big save. And cleared. What a ball by Gus. And Matthews, who's been in good form, just couldn't quite finish past the keeper. Kamara. Runners ahead of him. Gets around Anel, and that's a big save. And so unlucky. And Monaco take the lead off the rebound. Nicholson couldn't get there. Kirkes couldn't quite stop it from crossing the line. And Alexander Golovin heads the home side into the lead. Kirkes on the stretch trying to keep it out. Hackney, brilliant tackle. Matthews. And Sangare through to Calvert-Lewin. There's the goal. Back on level terms. Harmer dispossessed. Trouble here. Big trouble here. Kirkes. It's a penalty. I think he got a bit of the ball trying to block Lima's shot, but it may have been after coming through the man. Yellow card for the Hungarian. And I think, he does catch Conrad before he gets the ball. Jimenez with the chance from the spot, and Bazunu denies him. Second penalty save of the season from Gavin. And we remain at 1 apiece. And there is the whistle in France. Monaco 1, Sheffield United 1. And still all tied up heading back to England for the second leg. That was a cracker of a game. And this tie is still well in the balance. Well, I have to say, that's a bit of a new one for me. Hayden Hackney with a bruised leg out for 8 days. I don't think I've ever seen that injury before. It's either normally 5 days or up to 4 weeks and beyond. I don't think I've ever seen an injury for 8 days. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen that. So we've got Bournemouth sandwiched between the Europa League quarter-final legs. I've had to make quite a few changes due to the fatigue playing Thursday, Sunday. But I'm still hopeful that this team can produce the 3 points, as I don't want to miss out on Champions League for next season. Feeling a little bit nervous about this one today, with lots of changes to our lineup, and Bournemouth scrapping down at the bottom of the league, fighting for their lives. So a lot on the line today. An early goal would help, and what a header from Cameron Archer. That will do the business. And Sheffield United lead inside 10 minutes. Cameron Archer has been in great form today. Paredes can have another go. This time it finds Carlos Alcaraz. And could be a chance here. Make the run, Cam. In again. Greaves trying to catch him. But Cameron is going to finish. His former colleague, Jacob Greaves, trying to get back at him. But Cameron says, not today, Jacob. Not going to happen. Cam at the double. and Sheffield United could be on their way to another 3 points here. This is exactly what I needed to calm the nerves. We could seal this on the break here. Make the run for me, Daniel. That's it. Through you go. Jefferson. Still we have it, and Cameron for 3. It's a hat-trick. We just about got there, and the Archer seals his 3rd, and Sheffield United are going to be picking up all 3 points. Much needed victory in between our 2 Europa League clashes. Castellanos, dispossessed by Jared, who then runs into trouble. Shot comes in from Scott, and it's found away through Bazunu. Poor from the Irishman, and Bournemouth have a consolation. Well, that'll do it. No clean sheet for Gavin, but he's only got himself to blame after conceding a pretty poor goal. But it is 3 important points for the Blades as we look to secure top 4 football. Not really looking above us at the 2 front runners, but there is still an outside shot of the league title. Right, return leg of our Europa League quarter-final, looking to make it into the final 4 as we take on Monaco back at Bramall Lane. Come on, you Blades, let's make it into that semi-final. Here we go then, a place in the final 4 of the Europa League at stake. I would probably just about put us as favourites with this second leg coming at home at Bramall Lane as João Pedro takes a tumble, and that looks like he may have picked up a knock there. Poor tackle from Conrad Lima, and I think the Brazilian stayed down. Just over quarter of an hour to play here, still tied at 0-0. Oh, Sangare heads away. Jaden, oh, that is very risky, get rid of that. Oh, what a ball. And Dom. Oh, what a chance. Oh, and I fucked up the pass, man. That's just been the story of today's game. Ibrahim in support. Last chance. Solanke through the gap for Carlos Alcaraz. Wins it at the death for the Blades. It's been a tight and cagey game. And the first real chance of the game has wielded the opening goal. Blades are going to win it late on. Solanke off the bench provides the assist for the other sub, Carlos. And Monaco, who to be fair have played well over the 2 legs, are just going to fall short in the last few minutes here in Sheffield. Yeah, there it is. Blades through to the final 4. And you can see what it means to the fans. I was nervous there. I did not know which way that was going to go. I thought 1 goal would do it. And thankfully, it came via that man, Carlos Alcaraz. Him and Matthews have stepped up in the absence of Luca, who of course we miss. But the Blades will be heading into the final 4 of the Europa League. Let's go and find out who it is we will take on before closing out today's episode with the FA Cup semi-final against Man City. We'll sim through to the Man City game before we find out who it is we will face in the semi-finals, and it looks like we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. No official draw from the Europa League. So we will be taking on... It's an all-English affair between ourselves and Liverpool. RB Leipzig will take on Real Sociedad in the other semi-final. And that is going to be a tasty affair between ourselves and Jurgen Klopp's side. And some more bad news as we see the injury for João Pedro suffered in that last game. Another broken toe. João done for 3 months. That'll be him out until the new season. And that is a big, big blow. You can see the arrangement of the fixtures here, where we'll have the 2 semi-finals against Liverpool to come in the next episode. But before we get to that, we've got the small matter of the FA Cup semi-final. I love it when you get to this stage of the season and every game has something riding on it. A chance to return to Wembley Stadium in the FA Cup final awaits the winner. Let's see if we can close out today's episode by making it to our second cup final of the save. Archer offloads to Alcaraz, and it was Cam who terrorised City at the Etihad. Looks for Dom. Opportunity this. Carlos sends it wide. Big opportunity for the Argentine. And he just sends it wide of Edison's far post as Hayden finds Jaden, who can bring it forward. Look at Dom through that gap there. Yes, we found him. And pegged back to Cameron Archer. A good block. And Alcaraz kept out by Edison. Edison did well to scramble back to his goal line. Probably more comfortable than he made it look. But Carlos coming close again. Corners floated in. Looking for Calvert-Lewin. And Edison caught in no man's land. And Dominic does it again for Sheffield United. Our main man puts us ahead at Wembley. So second half kicks off here, and I've just seen that the other FA Cup semi-final is being played out now as well. I'm not sure how. Maybe they're not playing it at Wembley. It's being played elsewhere. But Liverpool lead Spurs, and just thinking about it, with us facing Liverpool in that Europa League semi-final, we could be directly facing off against one another for the same treble. Premier League, Europa League and FA Cup as well. Alcaraz, off the woodwork. Edison nowhere near it, and Pep is making changes. Kolo Muani, who's caused us issues before, is on, and Carlos looking to get away. Dom, Hayden, make that run, Jaden. Hayden to Jaden. Into Alcaraz. What a save, Edison. Still we lead, but here's Kolo Muani and De Bruyne. Back to the Frenchman, and Amrabat, Stefan palms it and catches the ball at the second attempt. Not particularly convincing from the former City keeper, but he does do enough to keep it out. But all one-way traffic here at Wembley. Just over 5 minutes to play here. Kolo Muani through to De Bruyne. You can stay with me until the climaxes. Kolo Muani levels it up, but the flag is raised. And the Frenchman denied. Oh, and it's by an inch. That is so close. Last opportunity for Manchester City. De Bruyne shot blocked. And Stefan doesn't get there, and does at the second time of asking. And Sheffield United through to the FA Cup final. We've stopped Manchester City again, and Stefan with a late save to stop Man City from equalising. Calvert-Lewin with the only goal. The Blades will be returning to Wembley at the end of May. What an episode it has been today. So that will do it for today's episode, guys, as we end with some bad news, seeing that Calvert-Lewin has broken his toe, the cursed broken toe, and will be out for 3 months. So we won't see him or João Pedro between now and the end of the season. Still sat in 4th place in the Premier League for now. 5 points behind the leaders Liverpool and Manchester City, and just 2 ahead of Spurs as we look to hold them off and stay in the top 4. Loads and loads of drama today, and lots more to come as we close out season 4 of The Save. I hope you have enjoyed, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode very soon. Peace.